first grade. We have our new reading story. And what is it called, Mick?
Green is more than a color.
By Millie Howard, illustrated by Linda Slattery. Okay, read us the title.
A bit of green. Ezra sat on the bottom step, counting his money for the third time. He emptied his pocket of worn bills, dimes, nickels, and pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He counted slowly.
All right, let's all read it together slowly. Ready?
Green.
Green
is more than a color. A bit of green. Ezra sat on the bottom step, counting his money for the third time. He emptied his pockets
of worn bills,
dimes, nickels, and pennies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He counted slowly.
Mick, what do you think worn bills are?
They're all crinkled up.
Yeah, crinkled up dollar bills. Okay.
Yeah,
so
you can see the.
What do you think he's counting his money for?
To buy something.
Ooh, okay. Let's turn to the next page.
I think he's buying a joy box for his sister.
Oh, that would be so nice. Let's take a look. Oh my, there's no pictures on this page because you guys are getting so grown up. Okay, are you ready to point?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
His mother shut and locked the door to the apartment. The keys clicked on her big keychain. As she went down the steps, she stopped beside Ezra and sighed. You really want to do this, Ezra? She asked. Don't you want to buy a toy with me?
With the
money your grandmother sent you? No, Mama. Ezra said, I want to get a tree. When Granny comes to visit us, there will be a bit of green for her. Well, Ezra, his mother said. She looked around at the apartments where would be a tree. There's hardly room for a piece of lawn. We could put it in the back, Ezra replied. It would fit inside the fence. We can we get one, Mama? His mother smiled. I guess so, Ezra. Let's go get that tree.
So, Freeze, what does Ezra want to go get?
Greenery and a tree.
Yes, he wants some green stuff. Now, where do they live? In a house? In a townhouse? In an apartment?
In an apartment.
In an apartment. And Mama says, Ezra, do you really what?
Want to get a tree?
Yeah. Why does she say that to him?
Because
she says there's hardly room
for any greenery. If I were him, I would pick the toy, not the tree.
You would pick a toy?
What would I do with a tree? Like climb it?
Yes.
We've got a tree in our yard and I never climb it.
Well, there might be a reason Ezra wants this. Did you see where he said Granny? No, come back over here. He said, then when Granny comes to visit us, there will be
a bit of green for her.
Whoa, who is he getting it for?
I'm guessing Granny's favorite color is green.
You think so? That could very well be it, Mick. Do you think he's doing this for Granny to visit? That's very thoughtful, isn't it? Okay, this time we're going to read it very slowly together. Will you point? And everyone's going to read with us. His mother shut and locked the door to the apartment. The keys clinked on her big keychain as she went down the steps. Read with me. She stopped beside Ezra and sighed. You really want to do this, Ezra? She asked. Don't you want to buy a toy with the money your grandmother sent you? No, Mama, Ezra said. I want to get a tree. Then when Granny comes to visit us, there will be a bit of green for her. Well, Ezra, his mother said. She looked around at the apartments. Where would we put a tree? There's hardly room for a piece of lawn. We could put it in the back, Ezra replied. It would fit inside the fence. Can we get one, Mama? His mother smiled. I guess so, Ezra. Let's go get that tree. She's nice, isn't she? So what does he want to get the tree for? Granny. That's nice of him. Now, you want to know a spoiler alert? This lady is not his granny. She's a neighbor. She's a little bit of a busybody. Do you know what that means?
That she's really busy and she's bossy.
You got it on the second try. Let's see what she says. She has an opinion. Are you ready?
Ezra was relieved when they found a tree that cost only $8. It was a little wilted, but Ezra's mother said it would have to do. Ezra's mother drove slowly on the way home. She stopped the car in back of the apartment. Mrs. Ellis stopped scrubbing her grill to watch them. She dried her hands and hurried to the fence. What are you up to, Elvira? Wait. What are you doing with that? Mrs. Ellis asked.
So that lady is Mrs. Ellis, and she's a bit nosy, and she's like, what are you up to, Elvira? Wait, what are you doing with that? Does she sound nice or maybe not as nice? What do you think?
Nice.
Okay, let's point and read together. Ezra was relieved when they found a tree that cost only $8. If you're at home, read with us. It was a little wilted, but Ezra's mother said it would have to do. Ezra's mother drove slowly on the way home. She stopped the car in back of the apartment. Mrs. Ellis stopped scrubbing her grill to watch them. She dried her hands and hurried to the fence. What are you up to, Elvira? Wait. What are you doing with that? Mrs. Ellis asked. Well, let's turn the page and see what Ezra's mom says.
I think she might be mean at the
You think she's mean?
I think she might be mean in the beginning, but then she'll get nice because that's usually how the stories with mean people go.
They usually get nice at the end? I hope so. I hope you're right. Okay, slide it on over, and it looks like we have a new character. Who's that guy?
I think it's Mr. Ellis.
Well, oh, that's a good guess. Maybe Miss Ellis's husband?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's get our fingers at the top over here and slide it over close to you. And you're going to point and read for us. Ready?
Ezra's mother opened the trunk of the car. She tugged at the tree. It slid out and landed right side up on the pavement. We are going to plant Ezra's tree, she said firmly. A tree here? Why? The heat will burn it up into no time. Miss Ellis said, it's a waste of time. Maybe. Ezra's mother said, maybe not. Huh, Miss Ellis muttered. Some people can't tell
when they're well off. She slammed her
back door. Maybe I was wrong.
Well, you said she would be mean at first and maybe get nicer. You might be right. She is being mean right now.
I think I might take the word I said earlier back.
No, you did say she was going to be mean in the beginning. Let's see what she does next.
Ezra and
his
mother could hear her moving about inside, still muttering to herself. Mr. Tillman came out to see what was going on. Here now, he said, let me lift that thing. He took the tree into the tiny backyard. He set it down and stood back to look at it. The tree sagged to the left. So
Mr. Tillman is being a gentleman. He doesn't like seeing Ezra's mommy lifting that big tree all by herself, and he says, here now, let me get that for you. Is that being a nice man?
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. That's what your daddy would do.
That's actually bad for him marrying a mean woman.
Well, I don't know. His last name is Tillman.
Tillman?
And her last name, the mean lady, was Ellis. So they must not be married. He must just be another neighbor in the apartment. And when she slammed her door, they could hear her mumbling. She's saying that a tree is not necessary, and she just doesn't seem to like it if someone gets something nice. That's not very nice, is it? No. We should be happy if someone gets something that they like or that is nice. Okay, so let's read it together slowly while Mick points. Ezra's
tree.
Oh, we're over here. We haven't read it slowly together. Okay. Ezra's mother opened the trunk of the car. She tugged at the tree. It slid out and landed right side up on the pavement. We are going to plant Ezra's tree, she said firmly. A tree? Here? Why, the heat will burn it up in no time, Mrs. Ellis said. It's a waste of time. Maybe, Ezra's mother said. Maybe not. Huh, Mrs. Ellis muttered. Some people can't tell when they're well off. She slammed her back door. Ezra and his mother, read with me, could hear her moving about inside, still muttering to herself. Mr. Tillman came out to see what was going on. Here now, he said, let me lift that thing. He took the tree into the tiny backyard. Here, put your hand down. He, keep reading, set it down and stood back to look at it. The tree sagged to the left. Uh-oh. Do you think that might be why it was only $8? If it's a really cheap tree, do you think it's a very good tree?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you think it might have some problems?
Well, God makes everything different, so I want to hurt the tree's feelings.
I know, I agree, but the poor tree comes out of the car and does this. Yeah. You actually got your left. Good job. The tree.
I thought I was on my right.
Oh no, cuckoo. So the tree comes out and it falls like you are. And it looks, and they're probably going to try to say, tree, tree, tree. Wake up, tree. Perk up, please. Don't snort, tree. Don't snort. But Mr. Tillman's a gentleman and he helps them, doesn't he? Now, Makuku, wake up. We're on our last page and there's a cute kitty.
Yay, on my last page!
And there's a cute kitty. Look at the cute little kitty.
That's called,
Look at Mr. Tillman. He's looking at that tree like, I don't know about this. The tree's asleep like Makukadooks. All right, sit up and read while you point. Some tree,
Mr. Tillman said, rubbing his
whiskers. Yeah, he's got whiskers.
No, this is Mr. Tillman, and this is the cat because he's
McKinley,
actually
that is not
rubbing his. Look, he's rubbing his whiskers.
That is not Mr. Tillman.
He doesn't have any whiskers.
Yeah, he does. You just can't see him. Oh boy. Makuku, the cat is not Mr. Tillman. Now help us read, you nut. Some tree,
Mr. Tillman said, rubbing his whiskers. Be surprised if it makes it through the night, Ezra said.
And his mother
looked at the tree as Mr. Tillman left. Do you think they are right? Mama, will
the
tree die? Ezra asked. Ezra's mother stopped looking at the tree. She put her arm around Ezra. Don't grieve before it's time to see,
she said.
Well, take good care of it, and it will live.
Let's all read it together while Mick points. Some tree, Mr. Tillman said, rubbing his whiskers. Be surprised if it makes it through the night. McKinley, read with us. Ezra and his mother looked at the tree as Mr. Tillman left. Do you think they are right, Mama? Will the tree die? Ezra asked. Ezra's mother stopped looking at the tree. She put her arm around Ezra. Don't grieve before it's time to, she said. We'll take good care of it and it will live. Wait, okay, now I've got some questions for you. What does Mama mean when she says don't grieve?
I don't know.
You know what grieve means? Be sad and cry. So she's saying, hey, buddy, Don't be sad and cry about the tree yet.
Don't be sad before it actually does.
That's
die.
what she means. Don't grieve before it's time to. Now, would she let him grieve if the tree died? But would she think he should grieve if the tree hasn't died yet? No. Now, what does Mr. Tillman say? He says, I'll be surprised if...
I'll be surprised if that
If
thing
it-
lives by tomorrow.
Oh, no. And that made Ezra feel how?
Sad.
He felt sad. And then what did he say to his mama? Mama, are they?
Right?
Is my...
Tree gonna die?
And what does mama say? We're going to take...
Take good care of it.
Yep. And she said, we're going to take good care of it. What do you think they're going to do to take care of it?
Water it and give it sunlight and shade.
Okay, that's a good idea. Do you think the tree's going to live?
I don't know.
Do you have a guess?
Mm-mm.
Do you? Okay. Well, kids at home, you have to decide. Do you think Mr. Tillman and
I've
Miss
got a guess.
Ellis are right, or do you think Ezra and his mom are right?
Ezra and his mom are right.
Because they're the good guys? Okay. Say bye, first grade.
Bye, first grade.
Say see you on the
See
worksheet.
you on the worksheet.
Come back here.